Hey guys, welcome back to the Prehistoric Life Podcast. I'm your host, Eric Crawford, and today we're going to dive in with the Hadrosaur family tree is what I'm calling this. There's a little bit more than just, it's not really Hadrosaurs, it's Ornithopoda, but semantics. I mean, it turns into Hadrosaurs, and that's what everybody cares about from this family tree. So if we're being honest, it's going to be the Hadrosaur family tree. So diving in, we're going to start off. We have Kleptodonta and then Hypsilophodonta, large sides, premaxillary tooth, diamond-shaped tooth crowns, enlarged nares, 6 or more scales, neural spine, elongated. Basically, these things, the little Hypsilophodons, the little tiny things, theropod-looking fellas that we got here. Hypsilophodon being the most famous, hence the name of the family. Then we get to Iguanodontia, but it's kind of broken up by this guy. So this kind of breaks off. You get some of the more Hadrosaurian looking fellas in there. Iguanodontia, as you can see, it breaks off. And you have whatever happened here, where it's just a giant explosion break off of just Mataburosaurus, Macrogyrophosaurus, Galiosaurus, Morosaurus. An insane break off there. It's an explosion of evolution, I guess. And you get Dryomorpha, Dracononyx, Dryosauridia. You see it breaks down. Dryosaurus itself. It comes on Camptosaurus, but this is an Ankylopolyxia. More complex chewing joints. So you got some interesting fellas here. Styracosterna, gently enlarged nares, much larger size. Spiked thumb. So this is where the iguanodon starts to get that iguanodon hand, that famous death hook. You got iguanodon right here. Bionorosaurus, Magnamaris, Napiasaurus, some unnamed ones. This one, so it showed me the same images and showed me a lot of the same information. So I'm so questioning if they're related, possibly. Another iguanodon. No, this is Iguanocolossus. This is Iguanodon. But then you get to Hadrosauridia, where we actually get the Hadrosaurs. Comptonosaurus, Mateliasaurus. Sorry there. Oranosaurus, some famous. That was in Camp Cretaceous. Penelopogonathosaurus. You keep going. Then you have Hadrosauromorphs. You got some things before Hadrosauromorph. Eolambia is in Hadrosauromorph. This, I only included this image because it goes hard and I'm making sure that it's seen. If anybody knows what's going on here or why this is here, why this was painted, please comment that. I will do a whole entire episode based on this image and why it was painted. If there's actual paleontological evidence of one of these things going toe-to-toe with a shark or whatever. But keep going. Levaniosaurus. Keep on going. There's some lesser famous Hadrosauria. There's a lot of them. Hadrosauria, yet Hadrosaurus itself. Let me fix that real quick. Nyangosaurus. Yamatosaurus. Yep, named after, I'm assuming, the Yamato. Hadrosauria. You got Lambeosaurs and Saurolophians. We can start off with Lambeosaurus. Aurelisaurus. This is where you start getting some crests and stuff. As you can see, he's got a little bump on his nose. Yeah, this crazy little crest here. Titanosaurus. Yeah, Titanosaurus itself. Jaxardosaurus, Parasaurolophia, Corthosauria. So you got Parasaurolophus, Telatosaurus. You got some other interesting ones. Lambeosauria itself. Keep going. Lambeosaurus, Hybractosaurus, or Olorotitan. But this is actually a great spot to actually get a word from our sponsor. So before we get any further, here's a word from our sponsor. Huge shout out to today's sponsor, Dinosaur Trips. If you enjoy these majestic creatures I talk about here on the podcast and would like to go see them for yourself, I would heavily recommend Dinosaur Trips. Dinosaur Trips is a company created to give people a behind-the-scenes in-look on museums and dig sites, along with just having an amazing time looking at these amazing, fabulous, majestic creatures. So if you sound interested, go to www.dinosaurtrips.com and tell them Prehistoric Life sent you and get $250 off your tickets. Now, back to the show. All right, so now we're going to dive back into it with the Saurolophonian with Brachiophrolysis. Yeah, come up here. You got Brachylophosaurus itself. You keep going, breaks off some more. Some crazier Gryposaurus. There's 3 of them. Rhinorex, that's a crazy name. This breaks off, comes up. Yep. Edmontosaurian. Yeah, Edmontosaurus itself, which is non-really cresty. And then you have Saurolophian, Saurolophus itself. That one's got a crest slightly. Yes. And then Augustosaurolophus. So, yeah, it's a smaller tree in the grand scheme of literally everything that is dinosaur family trees. And hadrosaurs are important, not because they're like cannon fodder or whatever, but because they're important to the environment. I mean, Tyrannosaurus and things like that hunted them for food, and they are a massive part. Edmontosaurus, if I'm not mistaken, is like the most well-known, well-documented, not dinosaur ever. But like it's the most found common fossil in the Hell Creek, Lance Creek, that general area formation, if I'm not mistaken. So they clearly were a big enough part of the ecosystem to make a big difference. But if you want to see more content from me, go to my Instagram. I post reels, additional content, what's coming up in the week. In fact, you can actually find the dinosaur family tree if you click on these links here. It's the bottom one down there. And you get the dinosaur family tree yourself and look at it if you want to take a deeper dive into the Hadrosaur family tree. If you want to see my content 2-ish days in advance, I try to post it early. This one's probably going to be a little late. Go to my YouTube. I did post the Chaos Theory Season 2. That should be coming out whenever. I don't know if y'all can see that or not. I'll do an episode on that. Trust me. And if you want to see all of my content in one place, check out my website, prehistoriclifepodcast.com. From there, you can get to my YouTube and my Instagram. If you scroll all the way down to the bottom, you can see my Instagram and you can see previous episodes from there. You can just search for an episode. But yeah, other than that, I'm your host, Eric Crawford, signing off. This has been Prehistoric Life Podcast. Remember, keep it prehistoric. Goodbye.